Hey guys, and welcome to the third video in our Redstone series. In this video, you'll learn everything you could want to know about comparators. A comparator can take a signal input from the back and sides and spit a signal out the front, like a repeater. But what it does with those signals is very different. Before we get too far in, it's worth mentioning that a comparator will add a 1 redstone tick delay to a signal. This can easily be overlooked and cause problems in the more complicated machines. Now, comparators have two states, comparison and subtraction. You can toggle these states by right-clicking on the comparator. When the torch on the front of the comparator is lit up, it's in subtraction mode. And click it again, back into comparative mode. But let's talk about comparison mode first. Comparison mode works like a gate. If the signal going into the back of the comparator is higher than the strength of either of the signals coming into the sides, it will let the signal from the back through at the same strength as it entered. Let's take a look at that real quick. So if I've got a 15 going into the back, and if I put in a 14 here, it still lets the 15 through. But if I were to move this, say to there, this is a 13, 14 is higher, boom, won't let it through. Also, if it's a tie, the back wins. But if we've got a situation like this, it takes the higher of the two side signals. So in this case, the 12 coming to the left doesn't actually do anything. So this 13 is higher than the 12, but it still won't go through, because the 14 coming on this side is higher. If we take that off, it comes through. In subtraction mode, the comparator will output a signal equal to the strength of the signal coming in from the back minus the strongest of the signals coming in from either side. If we have a 15 coming in the back and we put a torch over here, it'll do 15 minus 14 is equal to 1. If we take that off and put it over here, well then we've got a 13 as the highest, 15 minus 13 is 2. But if we have them both on, the 13 doesn't count because the 14 is higher, so it'll still do 15 minus 14 equals 1. My favorite feature of the comparator, however, is its ability to detect locked states. A comparator can detect how full any storage container is. The strength of the signal is a direct proportion of how full the container is. It's worth noting that an ender pearl is worth 4 cobblestone, since ender pearls only stack to 16 and cobblestone stacks to 64. Here we can see this hopper is outputting a signal strength of 15 through the comparator, which means that this hopper is completely full. This may look a little strange, but this is a full stack of ender pearls, a full stack of cobblestone, and since stone swords are unstackable, they count as a full stack. This is 100% full. That's why it's giving off a strength of 15. If we pull out one of the swords, it drops by 3. We can take out the ender pearls, drops by another 3. And you can see it's just concerned with whether that inventory slot is completely blocked up. This way we can figure out what sort of signal we want to have depending on how full the inventory is. And obviously it's the same with the larger inventories, it's just easier to see with a hopper. This feature can also be used on things like beehives, item frames, lecterns, and even cake. As this beehive fills up with honey, the signal will get stronger, just like this composter does as we throw a few things into it. The daylight sensor will detect the amount of sunlight and emit a signal for you. The respawn anchor will be based on the number of glowstone charges. The lectern is pretty cool, so it's got a signal of 1. As I flip the pages, it emits a stronger and stronger signal. Similar thing happens with this item frame. As I rotate this piece of redstone dust, it throws off different signal strengths. As you eat the cake, the strength goes down, and it can even tell you which music disc you're listening to. Here we have a way to use comparators to stop those pesky cake thieves. This comparator is detecting the signal from this cake through the wall. We have this torch here going into the side of the comparator, which is on subtraction mode, so this 9 reduces the cake down to the point where it just reaches this repeater. This repeater being on, stops that torch from lighting up. If any of the cake gets eaten, this repeater shuts off, the torch turns on, the powered rail goes, and the TNT goes boom. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and check out the other videos in the series, as I will be exploring more redstone concepts and breaking down how some commonly used redstone machines work. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.